Welcome. I'm Ruth Ann.
I'm Chris.
We are GeekChic Promotions. So we come to you a minute late because I had to actually watch the Joker trailer for the first time.
She did.
I know. It was crazy that I didn't watch it before, and I'm sorry, but work has been crazy this week. But hi guys, we're super excited to see you. I'm gonna open this up so we can share it everywhere. Super excited to talk to you guys about Shazam. Sorry if you haven't seen it yet, but we want to talk about it right now.
Yes, we got so much happening.
So much happening. So we do need to cheers, first of all.
Ooh, look at my tiny little glass.
We fancy. I don't know if you want to put your boxes on your laps that way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move it over, but I have to like get it.
Okay, there's like work we gotta do and stuff.
Yeah, because you know, we were late logging on because Ruth Ann couldn't find time this week to watch a trailer.
I was gonna watch it with you because I wasn't sure if you watched it yet, so I was gonna watch it with you, and then you got here and we started our own little personal rage.
I know. we nerd rage before our rage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
We're good. We're fine. We're fine here. We're all fine.
So then, do you want to just start off with the Joker trailer since it's fresh?
Let's talk about that GD Joker trailer. I'm on board.
Yeah. I honestly was I was that person, I'm not gonna lie, where I was like, oh, I can't Phoenix. I don't want him in the Joker.
I don't want him. You know, if DC is messing everything up, I don't want it. Yeah, I was definitely on that boat as well.
I'm not really a Joaquin fan necessarily, so but I watched it and I changed my mind. And I don't know if I'm ready for the Joker to be a sympathetic character.
I don't.
I'll be honest.
Like, we were laughing because as soon as it opened and it had his whole thing with his mom and like watched his mom hair, I was like, oh no, I'm out. I can't do it.
He's
too much.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. And it's funny because I saw this meme, which is very appropriate.
Yeah.
Which has Heath Ledger fans, Jack Nicholson fans.
Yes.
Where they're, both with the thumbs up.
Oh, hey Tyler, good to see you, bro. Let's talk some Joker stuff.
Yes, and so the bottom one I think was that everybody hated what's his face?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, yeah, and that was like, I like Jack Nicholson, I like Heath Ledger, but then we can agree that we all hate.
I know, we can
Jared
all
Leto.
come together, guys, in our nerd rage against the Jared Leto version.
Right?
Like, isn't that nice?
But where does Joaquin fit into this?
We don't know yet.
We
Honestly,
don't know yet.
There's actually a really great thing where it had, there's one meme that I saw that it was a picture of Heath Ledger's Joker behind Joaquin's
Ooh, really?
Joker, and it was just like, it's all yours, brother, or something like that was like the quote editor. I was like, ooh, like I like that.
He didn't say that because he's dead.
I know that, Krias. I'm
dead.
Just saying.
So somebody else did that, and that's not cool because they don't know if he would have approved.
They don't know
him. No one can speak for him. He dead.
Let's just get right to the nitty gritty dark shit.
Anyway,
let's do it.
So how did everybody else feel about that Joker trailer?
How did everybody else feel? Because I honestly was like in sweats watching it because
I know
it's one of like even
creepy.
the music and everything. I'm just like on the edge of the couch, is like, oh god.
I think, and honestly, you guys, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like all of us have kind of been there, where you're just trying to get along in life, and some asshole's just kicking you down. But the rest of us don't become psychomaniacs who kill.
Right?
But we can all understand,
no,
because I don't think that there's one of us who can sit there and look at this and not relate and be like, if I was a person with a smidge less sanity, I might go bonkers at that.
Yeah, like there's obviously the way they did the trailer of the show, like even before the attacks and like whatever, that he obviously was unstable. Mm-hmm. And that just kind of sends him over the edge.
Right.
And I'm guessing something happens to his mom.
Oh, God, I'm sure. Which is going to be heartbreaking.
Oh, what if he does something to his I
don't know.
I don't think he will. I don't know.
I don't know.
Guys.
All I know is that he was a clown. And he just got kicked around and beaten and bullied
and just him like holding up the corners of his mouth, and you're like, oh no, that's why he does the scar. That's why he cuts to the scars, is because he just to force it always.
To make him happier.
Just always look happy. So Tyler has a twist for us. He says, I liked Leto. I thought he was just a generic Joker from the comics. Like from a mediocre written comic, but it was still Joker. Interesting. I'll just at you, Tyler.
Really
no,
liked-
I mean like
Wait, so you liked Leto because he was
mediocre? Just, I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. But no, I understand what you said. Like, honestly, I don't know. To me, he kind of ruined that film was such a garbage pile. It's hard to point out like
Leto
where the
overacts. He overacts.
Yeah.
He overacts, and it was, yeah, I don't know.
It really
Anyway.
felt like he was trying to one up Heath Ledger.
Yeah, or like
Do you know what I
be
mean?
so different that he would be completely different from Ledger, so that you wouldn't think about Ledger. But like
Yeah.
then it kind of didn't work because all you're looking at is like his weird tattoo in his grill, and you're like,
Like, was it supposed to be like a millennial version of the
Probably.
Joker? If you know what I mean?
Probably.
Probably.
Which joke's on him because no millennials know what any versions of the Joker look like, so they weren't born yet. I'm sorry.
Aw.
Okay. Anyway, so if no one else has anything to say about the Joker trailer, I think we need
get into the
to get
Shazam?
into Shazam,
Okay,
guys.
guys, we haven't talked. We didn't even see it together.
Nope.
She just saw it last night.
Yep.
I saw it Tuesday night.
Yes.
She probably already knows how I feel, so I want to know how
Okay.
Krias feels about Shazam.
Here's how I feel you feel. So
Okay.
I think you really like Zachary Levi, so you're just like, yay! Zachary Levi! And that was it. And that was the whole movie for you.
No,
No?
no, that wasn't the whole.
Okay.
The whole reason.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I thought it was a super fun movie, number one. I'm just going to get that out
Okay,
there.
we
Thought it
agree
was
on that.
fun. And there were some things though. Okay, and now keep in mind, I had this discussion with all of my fellow moviegoers last night. We literally, I think, discussed it into the ground for like an hour after we saw the movie because all of us had such different thoughts on it. One of us hated it so much he almost walked out, but then he didn't. He stayed, which was weird because I'm like, I didn't feel that horribly about
Yeah,
it.
like goodness, that's
But yeah.
aggressive.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on it, okay? And here's some issues I have. Number one, and this was something that someone else pointed out, I can't even take credit for this, but I realized I agree with it, is that Zachary Levi and the kid were not on the same wavelength. They were not acting like each other through the whole movie, okay? So the kid was acting way older than 14 when he was acting, and Zachary Levi was acting way younger than 14. So they were not in sync.
Okay, unlike when, obviously we're talking major spoilers, guys.
Yes,
Apologies.
I'm sorry.
This is major spoilers.
Well, we haven't spoiled anything yet, but that's
I'm
how I
about,
felt. Yeah, we're
I'm
about
to
We're
because
about to.
like unlike when the crippled kid becomes an older version where what's his face
Adam Brody.
Adam Brody plays a perfect version of the kid.
Okay, now that's another thing. Why wasn't the kid like in the crutches the main character?
He's so good.
Like, why? He was so much more sympathetic, so much more good at heart. Like, why?
Well, but I think that's the point. I think they wrote that.
Why wasn't he the main character?
I think they did that on purpose so that they could have that that argument, you know, because basically he started using his powers for like shitty stuff of like
But then
taking
also,
pictures and getting like self.
Didn't they kind of dilute that when they made the whole freaking family have powers? Shouldn't it have just been the kid with the crutches?
Okay, yes,
Because
but
they literally, that kid deserved it. He was the one who was like, I know all about everything. I know what you're going through. He was like, he was Shazam's right-hand man.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, not only does he get powers, but like the whole freaking rest of the family.
which
Who,
I
by the way,
didn't see
it's
coming,
like-
and I absolutely loved that. By the way, I loved it because usually, for one thing, I'd never read the comics, so I should have seen that coming.
That doesn't happen in the comics.
Not the family, but they do get other people to be the different pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They knocked my laptop. But so I didn't even see that coming, and I thought it was very sweet. So for me, obviously,
Oh, so sweet that the girl does not go to college. Because
No.
clearly she
I
was
think-
like, I don't want to go to college. And he's like, I don't think you should go. Or you should just get the F out of here.
yeah, I think she still goes. Like,
Do
I don't,
you?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I
She
don't.
just became a superhero with the rest of her family. She was already on the fence about not going.
But here's the thing: is now she can be in California, and then whenever there's a problem, just go Shazam and flip over.
You don't think, you honestly think that's what's going to happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. But Mary Marvel, it's like Tyler agrees with me.
Right.
But Mary Marvel.
Okay, and here's
oh my gosh, we
another
have so
thing.
many people like
All right,
commenting.
Here's another thing.
Okay, I'll let her finish, and then I'll go, and then we'll get to your comments.
Not only
So
that,
please keep
okay.
commenting.
The mom. Okay,
Oh,
so
I loved her so much. What?
no, not the foster mom, the real mom.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah,
the
that
real
was
mom.
dark.
Yeah, that was super dark because number one, she freaking leaves her kid with the cops because she's 17 and was like, he'll have a better life, bye.
Bye.
Okay, which is like nuts. And then the second time where he finally finds her and she's like, yeah, now's not a good time. And he was like, all right, I'm peacing out. Literally, okay, Shazam, by the way, leaves his own mother to an abusive relationship and just walks away down the hallway.
I mean,
What is that?
okay, I agree that was kind of fucked up because I was like, save your mom, but also it also shows that she doesn't want to be saved. Like, she left her son, and then she just goes right back into like shitty relationships because obviously his father was a douchebag.
Spent his entire young life searching for her, only in 5 minutes at the door while she's being nagged at by her abusive boyfriend, and be like, all right, I'm good. I got a family. Bye. Literally wrapped up in 2 seconds flat.
He's what, 14, 15, so yeah, that does seem a problem.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right. I see it as a problem.
You see it as a problem.
Okay. Now, from my perspective, I love it so much. I really, I had so much fun. I haven't laughed that hard in like a superhero movie in forever.
What about the villain who took off his glasses 5 million times throughout the whole movie so we could all see his eye?
Well, I like it. To me, I actually made the joke to Michaela of the what's his face on CSI,
yeah, Caruso.
Like, yes.
Yeah, where he's just constantly
like,
taking off his
just
glasses.
taking it off.
Also, okay, number one, it was that kid's fault in the beginning. The
Yes.
car accident was his fault. Okay, and he's sitting there going, you said it was my fault. It's like, okay, it was.
Well, it was.
It was, because, kid, if you hadn't been, like, screaming about your damn Magic 8-Ball and the Wizard, no one would have gotten hit. Like, I'm sorry,
Wizard.
but calm the fuck down. Don't unbuckle your seatbelt and try to climb out of a moving car. How about that?
How about that? So.
And he also just threw his brother out the freaking window like it was nothing.
I actually kind of liked. Okay.
Oh, and by
Back
the
to
way,
straight up.
all those board members, horrible actors.
Oh god.
Horrible.
Well, also that was such a vicious scene. That whole scene, because I was like, the only reason this is still PG-13 is because they're not showing blood. Because that was terrifying.
And all of them were like, you knew that they had no convincing terror on their face. They were all like, oh no, like it was so fake. I was like,
because they probably didn't know what the monsters were gonna look like. All right. Okay. Wait. Just. I liked the movie a lot.
I did state that I thought it was fun.
Yes,
though. I did state
it's
that.
It's a fun movie. I feel like they finally captured like having fun in a superhero movie. Like for the first time in DC, I'm like, good job. There were points that were either too cheesy or too far off, but I still like the big moment when he starts and like ding, dong, dong, yeah, just like knocked him out. But so to go back to you like talking about him just throwing his brother out the window. I kind of liked that because it just showed such pure evil of instead of like, you got me monologuing, he just was like, fadoosh, and just everybody just be like, what?
He literally just murdered his brother.
Yep. But I mean, he murdered his, I figured that was the whole plan.
This is a superhero movie.
This is
But also, okay, so another spoiler. How did we feel about Superman showing up?
Oh, okay. I mean, I always knew he was going to show up because they kept talking about when Henry Cavill was still like on the fence of whether he was going to be still Superman or not.
God, I hope not.
That they were still negotiating. Oh yeah, he's done.
Most boring
he's
man
done,
in the
done,
world.
done. He's can bore us with a single
Good
bound.
Lord. Anyway, different subject.
I'll fall asleep faster than a speeding train.
Subject.
But that they said that they were still in contracts with him and negotiating to do a cameo in Shazam. So I was like, oh, there's going to be a Superman cameo. And the fact that like the kid kept talking about like Superman being his favorite, like soups, yeah, soups, totes, like all that kind of stuff. I was like, he's gonna, and I thought it was the perfect amount of just seeing the suit and just like, ah! And then like hard cut. I was like, perfect.
And what about what about that little worm at the end, the caterpillar?
Oh, right. So it's not.
I had to Google that, by the way.
Yeah,
Everybody had to Google it. None of us.
I'm also not a DC person,
I'm sorry.
so I
We
have no
were
idea.
all expecting Dwayne Johnson. I'm sorry, all of us.
Black
were
Adam,
like,
yeah, because
literally
that's-
all of us were. We were like, yeah, Black Adam's gonna
Yep.
appear. No, it was some little caterpillar
Just
with
kidding.
a voice box.
But by the way, the cartoon at the
Strapped on
end
it.
over the credits is
Yes.
is the Justice League movie I want. So like I didn't want that other one. I want that movie. Okay, I feel like we've been totally
let's get to the
remiss.
comments, yeah.
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Tyler says, I think it's a Spider-Man scenario. When he's Spidey, he's so happy and jokey. Peter Parker is depressing. So I kind of agree with Tyler on that when it comes to the kid versus Shazam. Is that the kid is like he is trying to hide so much and like he's trying to be the tough kid and all that kind of stuff. And then when he's just this, he's like, I don't know. Like, and then it actually shows just how immature he is because like
I feel like that's a convenient excuse.
that's fair. I'll take that. Mm-hmm. And then he also said, but Mary Marvel, because I was also excited about I mean, like, when the little girl becomes, like, a grown-ass, like, you know, superhero, and she sees
I was
the
fine
Santa,
with that happening.
He's like, I've been a very good girl. He's like, what?
I was
But-
fine with the family with that happening. I just felt that it really minimized like the brother, like the kid with the crutches. I felt like that like that should have been his.
That's
And
interesting.
not
I mean,
shared
like,
with everyone
for-
else. Although it
for
was like
me-
family and all that other
yeah.
stuff. I wasn't mad about it. I just felt like it should have been only his. He deserved it.
I
It
mean,
was-
but he also was a lot of talk until he was, like, face-to-face. He's like, I have studied. I know this. I got this. And then the claws come, and he's like, that is terrifying. And just, like, runs. And he's like, you're kind of my first supervillain, so this is kind of a big deal for me. So good. Meet the Robertsons dealt with a quasi-similar mom meeting scene better. Okay, that's actually a really good point. Yeah, I feel like it was one of those things that, like, they couldn't figure out how they wanted to, like, because if anything, it should have been that's when he got the phone call of his family being like, come save me, you know, basically. Like, and then that's when I'd be like, oh yeah, fucking go. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would have fixed the scene if, like, while he was standing there, like, after she said, like, you good? Like, this is not a good time. And then he gets a phone call just like, you know what, you need this more than I do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would have made us both a little happier with that,
Probably.
right?
yeah.
Mr. Mind is the name of the
caterpillar.
The caterpillar.
Yes.
Because somebody said Mastermind, I was like, that's X-Men. Like, don't you step on my X-Men. That's wrong. It's Mr. Mind. He's correct.
And I don't know if anybody recalls the Shazam TV show from back in the 70s. I do. Barely remember it from when I was a kid because it was late 70s when it was like on the air, and it was only 2 seasons, but it was very similar. I mean, it was the kid and and the adult, and they switched when he said Shazam. Same costume, pretty much like same everything.
Yeah.
I believe the guy who created Shazam, I think Shazam was called Captain Marvel first.
Yes, it
And
was.
then
And then Marvel went crazy
and
on
they
them.
sued. And he was like, okay, so he changed it to Shazam, which whatever. And then he sold it off to DC because he couldn't really do anything with it because of the whole lawsuit thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it was. But I
Somewhere
do
around
recall watching it when I was a kid and really liking it. And I'll be honest, like when this movie came out, I did not have high hopes because I thought, oh God, we're going to get like Zachary Levi just like overacting and he's going to like, just like be a real kid. But surprisingly, he was very restrained for what it was. And it was actually pretty funny. I especially liked when he couldn't hear the monologue.
Like, what?
Like when they're in the air.
You're like a
He was
mile away
mile
from me.
away.
I see a lot of this.
I see your lips
Are you doing
moving.
an evil monologue right now?
Yeah,
I love
it was
that.
pretty
I was
great.
dying.
Also-
get him, Batman, and he throws the Batman
What's
figure
the
at
guy's
him.
name who played the villain? He's like
Oh.
a Stanley Tucci knockoff.
Yeah.
But he is.
I love.
But he's like in everything, and he's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. He's a very good villain. Like I
He was
really
great.
actually enjoyed him. He was pretty good. But here's another thing I didn't quite get. So at the end, when he's like goading like the last demon to come out,
Yeah.
and it's Envy, I think.
Yeah.
And it gets out, and then he sort of kills it, but then it comes back, and like he takes them away, and then they all turn into stone. I feel like there was something in there that was a little bit off.
That they cut out. So yeah, I kind of saw that too because it wasn't. But I think it was that they couldn't take form unless they had a conduit.
Right.
And that's why. So like as soon as
they
he
were all
moved,
out of them,
so-
he became human, so they could kill him, which they didn't.
because
They
they're
killed
super-
everyone else in the damn movie, but they didn't kill the main
Who
supervillain.
doesn't they kill?
No, the villain.
Oh,
like,
the villain
Like,
kills-
they had people
yeah.
being killed in the movie, so it's not like they were against killing people. But, like...
The movie, but not
I mean...
not the superheroes. Superheroes can't kill.
But the superhero wouldn't have killed him because he literally fell off the edge of the building, was holding on, and then slipped, and he was battling envy. So to me, it's like, he could have fallen and died, and this all would have been over.
What if it still was? Because he still
over.
took the thing out of his eye. And I did like the part where he's like, what? I can have everything? And they're like, no, Billy's like, oh, I got it. Whatever. All right, so to back up to your point, Dave says Freddie Freeman is historically comic book speaking Captain Marvel Jr.
Right.
He's essentially a sidekick since the early days. So
Okay.
like,
Got it.
so again, I didn't read the comics. The only
didn't read the
Shazam
comics
I
either.
ever saw or know about was there was an animated movie, I think 2013, 12, 13, somewhere around there. They did DC did a really good animated movie that I saw at one of the many Comic-Cons.
It used to be a
that was, like,
cartoon.
really
I
good.
do recall it.
Yeah. So they shoehorned in the villain, Mr. Mime, but not
Talkie Tawny?
Taki Tani.
I don't know
I
Talkie
am
Tawny.
well done, David, because we do not know the amount that you know about Shazam, for sure. Tyler says, "I appreciate the use of tigers throughout the movie." Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Oh, that hit me so hard.
Yeah, with the tiger. At
Oh
the end,
no,
when he
I was
like,
dying.
Hold
when
on
he's
to
like,
this.
Just, it's
Yeah.
okay, it's okay. Just
Everything's
hold on
gonna
to
be
this.
fine.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, both me and Michaela watched it, like grabbed each other's hands. We're like,
I thought there were a lot of moments to that movie that were super fun. Like, and I just want to make that clear, despite the fact that I'm picking it apart. I do think a lot of it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the moments where he was just learning what he could do were hysterical. When he was getting shot in the face, and like everything was actually very authentic reactions of like what kids would do if they found out they had superpowers.
Oh, interesting. So David made a comment. So alluded to Tawny, which I'm guessing is a tiger because he posted a little tiger. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening. I'm in.
DC bought the publishing company. Yeah, I think you're right on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Tyler's also very excited for Mr. Mind. Like the company owned Blue Beetle,
Right,
Question,
okay.
and Captain Atom. David
Sued.
said sued, then bought the carriage later on because, yeah, comic book world can get a little tricky in there. David put a link. I can't click on it or I'll lose us. So Tyler also agreed with David. I wanted Taki so badly. Yeah.
To gain reference for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Thanks, buddy.
We Wikipedia'd it, but we can't click it.
We can't click it, Fran. Thank you.
Talking
he's a
Tiger,
talking
who is the
tiger.
mentor of Shazam. Got it.
Aw,
Thank you. Thank you for explaining that
and that's
through
a-
that whole long
yeah.
conversation you guys had.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Franz. And that's a great, what a lovely reference
That
for
is.
you guys who know everything.
So
about Shazam.
apparently they should have had Talkie Tawny in there since he was a tiger, and they just kind of alluded to it
Yeah.
by doing the stuffed animal thing in there. So okay, fair.
That's good.
All
I
right,
appreciate
all right.
that.
I like knowing that tidbit. That's
Yeah.
that's good to know.
That's a nice little like nod to the fans that they put in there. But I love the foster family so much.
I do
love
too.
the foster parents. I love
Okay,
like,
here's a tidbit for you.
Okay.
Okay. So when I first started watching, guys, legit, like the lead kid, I don't know what his name is as an actor. Tell me he didn't look like Arya from Game of Thrones.
Thank you. That was driving me nuts. I was like, that looks like her like older brother. Like
Yeah.
looked so similar. Thank you for saying that. I meant to bring that up earlier. That was
100%.
driving me crazy watching it. He looks so
For real.
much like her.
It's so
Are they
weird.
related? It's
I don't
weird.
know. Maybe they are. Maybe it's her brother. I don't know. But
It's
like,
gotta be. They
it
look
has to
like the
be,
same
'cause
human. They gotta be at
literally.
least somewhere in the same gene pool. That was
it's pretty
crazy.
great.
A
humanoid
humanoid talking
talking
tiger.
tiger.
Let's be more specific. Like, I like it. Captain Marvel was a fun and weird book for its time. And a patch on his backpack.
Oh, okay. The tiger.
I wish I could post in the comments for reference. I think you can.
That would take a bit, though. He'd
That
have
would
to
take a
go,
bit,
and
that's
then he'd have
true.
to save it, and then
It's
he'd
true.
have to post it, and blah, blah, blah. It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through that trouble.
We believe
all
you.
good.
We'll Google it after.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Dave. But yeah, I had such a fun time. I teared up. I was like, I mean, again, yes, those board members were terrible, not great actors, and they kind of went way too far. Because I think they thought they were part of a kid's movie, and they didn't realize how dark the scene actually would be once it was like put together.
Or they just don't know how to act.
That was terrifying, guys. I was just like that monster that you saw him bite his head. Like that was awful. And like the point when that started to do it to the little girl, I was like, no, no, no.
Okay, so we went with someone who brought his 11-year-old daughter, I think. And honestly, I was wondering, and now it's a PG-13, and when we walked out, like somebody else like was just walking by and he was like, oh hey, did you guys just come out of Shazam? We were like, yeah. And he's like, well, how is it? Like, can I bring like my 12-year-old daughter to this? And honestly, it was one of those things where I was like, well, our friend's daughter did okay with it, but like
Kids
man,
are
it was
so
kind
different.
of violent.
That
though.
was really
like,
dark.
Like not just like it was like dark, like the abuse, like and the mom just leaving her, like all of that was like super
And what's really
dark.
messed up is as soon as it happened, I was like, she left him on purpose because there's no way that somebody is in custody. Because
For years.
Yeah, and I
For
assume they
years.
wouldn't do the route of she died like at that
Right.
moment because that would have. The cops would have found out about that and let him know. Do you know what I mean? Like there was something that she purposely was like, bye.
And we did have like the discussion of like, well, most DC characters have super dark origin stories.
Yeah.
Batman in particular. So same with Superman, where like they got fucked up parents. Like just all the parent stuff is always fucked up because that's what causes them to become who they are.
Oh.
But still,
Gotcha. So Tyler was saying there was a tiger patch on his backpack saying he's behind him.
Yeah. That's right.
Well played.
So, okay, so now we should talk about what we're going to get into next week.
Well,
So-
wait.
what?
Whoa. We gotta do a star rating.
Oh. Okay. Out of what?
10?
You want to do out of 10? Okay.
Is that cool? All right,
Sure.
and you guys, of course, put down your, 1 out of 10 stars, as it
Okay.
were.
And give it a 6.5.
Woo! Goodness, I'm at a 8.5, 9, I'm not gonna lie.
God, really?
I really had so much fun, Krias. I had so much
I'm
fun.
gonna have issues about this. Damn.
I had so much fun.
You're biased.
The family, it wasn't
You're
just that I'm in
biased.
love with Zach Levi.
Yeah,
okay?
it is. Oh my God, it's like do you have the picture of him in your wallet?
No!
Do you open it up and look at
On
him?
my phone.
Are you,
just
like,
kidding. No.
Dating,
Honest-
but only on your side?
I did make a joke of it in my post of like, because me and Michaela were like, we're gonna fight over him, and it's like, well, we're not actually gonna Google if he's like married or not, because that's actually too far. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, because what? He'll see your Google?
No, that's just weird. I'm not gonna Google if he's like, because that's never gonna happen.
Listen to her, you guys.
Listen, it's
Listen
never gonna
to
happen.
her.
But I had a lovely conversation with him a couple years ago about David Tennant, and I was surprised
And
that
you're
he was
like,
so
that's
nice and
it?
nerdy.
We're dating.
Yeah, like that's it. We're in love.
All right.
Okay, Tyler
Tyler gave
also
it a
agrees
9
9 out of 10. Thank you. And also, my numbers might be affected by the fact that it's a DC. This is the best DC movie in my opinion.
Oh, I agree with that.
Like this is like they got
I do
it.
agree. It's
They
the best of the DC
They
movies.
knew what movie they were making this time. Like I feel like every other DC movie they didn't figure out what movie they were
I was
making.
actually surprised it was a DC movie. I was
Right?
like, this is pretty good for a
You're like,
DC movie.
hey, okay.
Yeah, I know, that's pretty bad, but also Dwayne Johnson.
I know.
Anyway.
So
Okay, so let's discuss,
there's some big stuff
you
coming
guys,
up, guys.
Game of Thrones!
Thrones! I'm
Game
so
of
excited.
Thrones! Okay,
Yeah,
so,
Aquaman had no idea what movie it was. You are correct.
Ruthann,
Yes.
what are we doing for Game of Thrones?
So, Game of Thrones, we're going to do pre-recorded kind of reactions and theories called Game of Theories every week.
Yes.
So we're going to record it right after we watch it together, obviously. And then we're going to post it.
Yes.
Next week, we might have a pre-recorded thing that we do with an absolute expert on Game of Thrones who he loves
Oh my God.
theories. And
His predictions have been on point, guys. And we're talking, he's going to give us predictions for the next season, like of these next 4 or 5 episodes. However long, 5? 5.
it's either 5 or 6, I thought.
Whatever.
Anyways.
Anyway, he's got thoughts, and we're gonna let him predict to his heart's content, and then we're gonna see throughout the season how much of his come true.
Yep.
So,
Guys, Game of Thrones.
yes,
So
it's gonna
excited.
be exciting.
And it's so stressful because like we're both gonna be traveling so much.
I know.
And so we're gonna find a way, either through
Legit?
Skype or whatever.
Okay, so I'm in Houston in 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after. So it's like the second episode that I'm in, and I literally, everyone's coming back on Monday. I'm like, fly me back Sunday.
Yeah.
Literally, I am back in LA at 6 p.m.
Really?
I'm like gonna be coming here right from the airport. Like it's
I'll meet you
legit.
at your house.
Yes, meet me there. We're gonna turn that puppy on.
Marcus and I will have wine waiting.
Yes, just like hand it to me when I walk in the
Just
door.
like,
Not even gonna
bam.
unpack, guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, so excited
That's
about
how
Game of Thrones.
excited, yes.
So excited. So we
Yes.
have Game of Thrones, and then the weekend after that, guys,
Avengers Endgame.
Woo!
Yes.
And we're gonna see it on the Saturday together.
Yes. So don't spoil it. People going to see it Thursday night and Friday. Are you really?
Somebody bought me a ticket.
God damn you! You're not invited anymore.
Oh, but
no,
I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
no. I only see it when people haven't seen it. I was invited to go Friday, and I said no. Look at you, traitor!
I'm a horrible friend.
Yes! I can't believe it. We'll discuss this afterwards. We're already 5 seconds over. Okay, guys.
I love you. Okay.
She might not be around next week, guys. I'm not kidding. All right.
I'm turning red. I'm so sorry.
We're signing off.